Platinum Squad, this is Soulfly here, kicking with my man.
D-Lon's here. We're here with Ean Golden here at EPR after another banging set. How was that for you tonight, Ian?
It's pretty fun. I had a really good time. I felt good.
What do you have to say about the feel of this venue, this underground, sort of like a cave down low? It's all banging and echoing around. The people are pretty wild. How do you feel about the atmosphere here?
It's pretty good. I mean, that's what I came from. So, you know, I grew up playing raves and underground clubs in Utah. So I feel right at home in that environment. I spent a lot of time in Berlin, and that's kind of the vibe over there as well.
So I saw you with a lot of contraptions and devices today, maybe controllers. How would you describe those things you're using?
Those are controllers, some of which my company, DJ Tech Tools, has designed. All of the interfaces I've designed to kind of get the most out of my software and be able to do really creative things during my set. It allows me to really play the music like an instrument and get more into my sets.
Yeah, it's completely captivating to just sit there and watch you. I noticed you weren't using the BC High 100. That's like your most popular piece, right?
Yep.
But that piece wasn't out there today. Is it just you're kind of over it and you're moving on to do some new pieces now, or what's the deal with that?
No, actually, we've been developing a mapping for the Oxygen 8. And since I'm developing that mapping, in addition to the VCI, I bring the Oxygen 8 out from time to time and play with that.
The Oxygen 8 is an incredible machine. I saw that to your right there with the keys and all the knobs going. That was really impressive using that. Like, seemed from what I was seeing, you had like a loop and just winding it up for the crescendos. You had people going wild. That in combination with that new piece on your left, there's a 16-button little arcade button going on.
Yeah,
what's that? Is that the new MIDI fighter? Or?
That's the MIDI fighter. That's a prototype of the MIDI fighter, but that's going to be available in about 2 to 3 weeks worldwide. So
16 arcade buttons, a 4x4. You got 2 joysticks on there. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing with that when you're up there?
Sure. Basically, it's doing something I call cue point chords, allowing me to grab a cue point, play different musical patterns, add effects on top, and really just dynamically play different parts of the song in really creative ways.
I notice, I mean, it's just, there's no deck spinning. You're just on tractor and you got your songs and you're throwing them in, and it's really impressive. Even more impressive, I'm seeing like sometimes you don't even have the headphones in. It looks like you're just beat matching straight off the BPMs, just like you can hear it in the monitor and just throwing it down. I see like you have the earbuds as opposed to a lot of DJs having the big fat headset. Can you tell us a little bit about that decision, why that's like, you know, your choice?
Sure. About 3 years ago, I almost had to completely quit DJing because I was having such bad physical side effects from the noise exposure and the noise damage to my ears. I literally began to see my career be taken away from me and had a lot of really bad side effects. And in-ear monitors are pretty much the only thing that's going to allow me to continue to DJ because I can protect myself from the club, hear my mix really clearly, and you know, be able to mix better and not go deaf and keep playing. I can't play as much as I used to. I used to play 3-4 gigs a week. Now I play 2 to 4 a month. And that's pretty much the most I can play before I start to have problems. But yeah, I don't really use monitors. I just listen to the whole mix in the earbuds and mix by ear. And that's just something I trained myself to do after many, many years of mixing with turntables and not really using the headphones, just dropping a beat, keeping it in time, and kind of riding it in the monitors.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, it's clearly unique. Your whole style, everything when you're watching your show is just, it's its own event.
So you mentioned your career. Where did you exactly start with music or electronic music in general? How did you start DJing and how did you pick everything up?
Well, I got my start in Utah. I started DJing in '96. I got a few gigs at a local club there called Bricks. Started playing at some raves. A really cool guy by the name of Sean Phillips had one of the first dance radio stations there. Started putting some of my mixes on the radio. I started getting some traction and decided that I wanted to make it my full-time career. So in '99, I moved from from Utah to San Francisco to be a full-time DJ, and I've never looked back since.
Why did you choose San Francisco? I mean, over other places. What was the draw to come to the Bay?
Actually, I'd never been here before. I just heard it was way cooler than LA.
Since being here, how do you think like people could progress to make the Bay Area an even stronger place for electronic dance music?
Participate, be knowledgeable, support the DJs, support the local scene. You know, don't think of it as just a place to party, but actually a vibrant culture that you can participate in and give back to in many different ways.